Today, a new vulnerability affects nearly every PC. Intel's Battlemage is coming soon. Nvidia's dumbest GPU ever and Nvidia's Super 2.0 actually has great prices. Welcome everyone to GamerMeld. First up for today, there's yet another new exploit that was recently found which seems to affect just about everyone. I'm talking pretty much every PC running Windows and Linux, whether it's ARM or x86 architectures. It's called logo fail, and it affects so many people because it executes really early in the boot up process. The story originally comes from Ars Technica, and it was discovered thanks to a year-long effort by the security platform Binarly. Basically, as the name suggests, logo fail uses the logo that you see of the hardware manufacturer during the UEFI boot process. The exploit replaces the real logo with an identical looking one that can execute malicious code. What's so bad about this is that because it's executed so early in the boot process, the code is able to run at a very vulnerable stage, allowing it to bypass a lot of defenses including secure boot. This stage is called DXE, or Driver Execution Environment. According to the researchers, quote, once arbitrary code execution is achieved during the DXE phase, it's game over for platform security. From there, they gain control over your memory, disk, and the operating system. The exploit is also able to be executed remotely, though the attacker does need to gain access to your computer through another exploit and replace the image file. It could be something as simple as a copy-paste command to change the image. What's so wild about this is that it can allow the device to remain infected even after reinstalling the OS or replacing the hard drive. As for possible fixes, many Dell devices are already protected because their image files aren't customizable. Various other devices may offer similar protection, but to know if your device is one of them or there's a patch coming, I'd suggest contacting your motherboard vendor. Now, with all of these exploits, hacks, and vulnerabilities out there, you've got to be a shark to stay safe online. And that's why I trust only one place to protect my data: Surfshark VPN, and they sponsored today's video with an awesome deal. But before I get to that, Surfshark isn't your typical VPN. Sure, they encrypt your data and mask what you do online, but they also let you unblock streaming platforms for more movies and TV shows than ever before. And with over 3,200 servers in 100 countries, you'll get your videos fast wherever you go. Want to unblock geo-restricted websites that you can't visit? The Shark has you covered. And thanks to their no-log policy, no one can ever get your data. And get this, one subscription gets you unlimited devices. You can even share one account with all of your friends. And Surfshark actually wanted me to say that. To top it off, Surfshark VPN is offering my viewers a special deal. When you visit surfshark.com/gamermeld and enter the promo code GAMERMELD, you'll get an unreal 83% off and 6 months for free. Once again, that's surfshark.com/gamermeld and use code GAMERMELD. Next up for today, Intel's next-gen Battlemage GPUs are set to release next year. The story comes from a new official roadmap from Intel shared with the Japanese media site 4Gamer, and in it, they show upcoming products are coming next year under their GPUs, seemingly confirming that their next-gen Battlemage is set for release in 2024. Unfortunately, there isn't too much more information on their next-gen parts, but we do have quite a few leaks that give us an idea of how powerful they may be. For starters, one leaked slide shows that AMD is planning to release these with new memory, probably something like GDDR7. It also claims improved ray tracing. Another leak actually claimed that next gen could get up to 64 Xe cores, which is double the 32 cores of current gen products. That would put it up there with some higher end GPUs, but of course that leak was from a while back, so things could get even better. All in all, I really hope Intel is able to knock it out of the park, because more competition in this space is better for everyone. Next up, Nvidia is gearing up to release one of their dumbest GPUs yet, a new yet crappier RTX 3050 with just 6GB of VRAM. I briefly touched on this card a little while back, but we now have pricing, more specs, and an updated release date. Originally, we thought this new 3050 only had a shorter memory bus and less RAM, but now it's also leaked to have only 2,048 cores, which is over 500 less than the original 3050. Now, it first seemed that Nvidia was planning to to replace the regular 8GB 3050 with this new card, but it's not so clear with these new rumors. Of course, whether Nvidia replaces it or not, it's still absolutely deceptive to have two cards with the same name yet completely different specs. It's even more absurd when you remember Nvidia unlaunched the 12GB 4080 because, quote, having two GPUs with the 4080 designation is confusing. What a blatant and obvious lie. Well, it is confusing, but that's obviously not why Nvidia canceled that card. Either way, this new 3050 is worse in nearly every way. Fortunately, according to these rumors, the card is set to be cheaper at $179, but why couldn't they just lower the price of their current 3050? It was already an insanely low-end card when it was first released, and now it's a generation behind, yet they still can't just lower the price more. I get that they're wanting to offer something that's below $200, but that could easily be the original 3050. One positive from such terrible specs is that the TDP will apparently be 70 watts instead of 130. It's also set to launch in February of next year instead of January like we originally thought. Either way, this is one annoying GPU. Luckily, in today's final story, Nvidia looks set to offer some great pricing on their upcoming RTX 40 Super cards. This story comes from a report by IT Home that I quickly covered a few days ago. The main thing I focused on then was the release dates, but now that a new leak effectively confirmed those, it gives much more credence to the pricing and performance they reported. So I thought I'd go over that. Starting things off, Nvidia's RTX 4080 Super is set to actually get a price drop from the original 4080. We're talking a very nice $200 drop from $1,199 to just $999. Now that's still absurdly high, but I'd argue any price drop is a win for everyone, especially because they're quoting between a 6 to 9% increase in performance. Of course, that's not much, but with a price drop and performance increase, I really can't complain. Next is the 4070 Ti Super. Dumbest name ever. It's apparently priced between $799 and $849. So at best it stays the same, and at worst it's a little more expensive, but it gets a much higher performance increase of between 14 and 22%. Still, if it's more than $799, I'd really be disappointed. Finally is the 4070 Super, which is apparently set to perform close to the regular 4070 Ti and would come in at between $599 and $649. And while that is either the same or a little higher than the 4070's original MSRP, if it can actually perform near a 4070 Ti, that'll ultimately be more of a price drop. At the end of the day, while it's annoying that GPU prices ever got this high to begin with, a better price to performance is always welcome. So while that does it for today, are you happy about Nvidia's super GPU pricing? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to be a shark and save money with Surfshark VPN. And as always, have a great day.